We are here. We are present. First video of 2025. Amen. Amen. How do you feel? Comment right now how you feel. Comment how you're doing. This video is me doing my makeup and talking about 2025 hopes, dreams. Like, I literally just wanted to do first reflections about the year and everything, but can you believe it? By the time I upload this, I feel like it should be the first or second week of January. And also my birthday is in January, which I think is crazy. 2024 has come and gone and we're now in a new year. Crazy. I was just sitting and thinking about like hopes, dreams, and like systems for 2025. Like, I know that right now on TikTok, 25 like hard is trending. No, 75 hard is trending so much. I know everyone's thinking about 10,000 steps a day, walking continuously, drinking water, all that stuff. But I was thinking like, yeah, you can have goals, but if you don't have systems to actually get you to set goals, then you're kind of like low-key wasting your time. Last year, one of my key things was documenting more, reflecting more, and just enjoying life a bit more. So I got into like journaling. I love journaling. If I were you, definitely get into it, especially if you're someone that like life just passes you by type of thing. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to you. Like, very much in 2023 and the years before, I was a kind of babe whereby like I would experience good things happening to me, but I wouldn't absorb them. Whenever I would get an achievement, I would feel like empty afterwards because I'm going and struggling. And then when I actually got to the point of where I was like, where I succeeded, I felt like, meh, because I didn't allow myself to absorb the actual win. That's why I feel very much for like 2025, it's so important that yes, make goals, yes, have visions and stuff, but also think, okay, how am I going to get to that point? Like, for example, one of the goals I have for this year is to post a bit more, consistently, especially growing YouTube, or at least just getting into the whole framework of being on YouTube. It would be very unrealistic for me to be like, oh yeah, I want like, 400,000 subscribers. You never know what God has in store for me though. Amen. Amen. But at the end of the day, even if it's a thing of me just posting, I don't know, like 2 times a month, anyone can like kind of do that, especially how I haven't got a camera. And I was watching a Mr. Beast like interview. Like, he was basically talking about how with his first 100 videos, they were terrible and he didn't get any subscribers, though he was putting in so much work and he's putting in so much energy. And he was very much like, after reflecting and getting to like maybe his like, I don't know, 400th video, whatever it was, he felt very much like, oh, okay, it makes sense for me to be getting like the accolades now. His mind, like after reflecting, he understood that, okay, my first 100 videos are going to be terrible. Like, they're going to be low quality. Why? Because you're just starting something. And I think it kind of links back into what I was talking about in my last video. If you haven't watched it, do watch it. I'll be talking about perfectionism and about how that's a form of procrastination. This is my first beauty video. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna become a beauty vlogger anytime soon, but I think I'm just trying to get more comfortable speaking in front of a camera whilst doing other things at the same time. Now, this video, let's be real, my editing is not really there as of yet, but let's imagine like after like my 20th video, hopefully I'll be at a point, okay, I know where my angles are, I know my lighting, I know my everything like that. And I think the main gist of like Mr. Beast's video was that we as people should allow ourselves to fail. So I think one of my hopes for 2025 is that like I don't like internalize my failures too much. And I'm hoping that I stay really consistent with the systems I want to set up, because it's the systems that determine whether you actually achieve that goal. Like, imagine you said this year, okay, I'm gonna run like a half marathon, but if you're not like training like couch to like 5K, how are you gonna get to that marathon in the first place? Like, one of my close friends, love her to bits, mwah, my favorite Tanzanian, she is a phenomenal runner and she inspires me both like in a sense of like being a woman of God, but also in a sense of just being like a hustler and going for my dreams and goals. And like, whenever I look at her, she screams consistency all the time. Like this babe, I remember during exam season, she literally wake up at like, I don't know, 6 a.m. or something like that. She would go and like run regardless of the weather. She would go and run, like regardless of how she felt, she would go and run. Why? Because she knew that she wanted to make a goal time for her marathon. Generally, I don't remember what the goal time was, but I remember like seeing her run and being like, oh my gosh, like I want to do that. And she inspired me to go for my 10K last year, which I'm really happy about. But I think another point is that it's so important to have like role models in your day-to-day life to kind of like emulate. And in 2025, I think it's really good to surround yourself with people who are also like striving towards a better like self, you know? If last year you found yourself in a position where you just couldn't do what you wanted to do, I think your like atmosphere around you, the people around you can play a part into the kind of person that you are. But also in reflecting as well, like I think it's so important to think, are you okay? Am I the kind of friend that motivates my friends? Am I the kind of friend that inspires my friend? Am I the kind of friend that like I want to have as well? And I think that's something that I've been thinking about a lot, especially in terms of like being there for people. Like last year, I think I was, but this year I'm trying to be a bit more okay, like present, replying to messages. I don't know what it is. Me and replying to messages, like in my head, I reply. The reply is never in the text. I don't know where that comes from, but I think like this year is definitely the year for friendship. My makeup routine is so easy. Like I don't be doing too much, and I'm not one of those babes I'd be like, oh my gosh, I'll never do makeup. No, it's just a thing that I during the period where everyone was learning how to do makeup, and like I think it was in year 7, I'll literally go to school with like foundation on my face, and like that was it. No contour, no concealer. But that was like around year 9. But I swear, like in year 8, one of my friends at the time, she had like a highlighter. When I say highlight, you know, like those like highlight sticks that you use on your face. She had that, right? And I thought, oh yeah, melanin popping, like black girl magic and all that malarkey. Let me just go and put that on my face. So literally, I would go to like my lessons with like strobe highlighter, boom, 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 on my face. Try and look into the 12-week year if possible. Basically what that is that like any goals you want to achieve, you try and look at like working towards them in a 12-week period. Let's say I wanted to grow my hair like 3 inches this year. Now I could look at like the entire year in 12 months, but I could look and say, okay, what can I do in 12 weeks to get to this goal of growing my hair? In 12 weeks, I could concentrate on drinking more water per day, focus on getting more vitamins in my diet. I can, like things I can actually do day to day to get me to that 12-week period. That's something that I did last year, just in terms of like breaking down my goals into, okay, what can I do in 12 weeks? What can I do in 4 weeks? Or like, what can I do to work towards my goal? If you look at your goal in terms of like, okay, by the end of the year, I should be like a K-pop dancer or some sort. How are you gonna go and get there if you haven't really like set the system to get there? Get the whole like 75 hard thing. It makes sense realistically. But I think with 75 hard, you're really just learning like discipline, and you're really just learning how to get past the whole point of motivation and like lock in for a certain amount of time. But I don't really know if it's like beneficial for people to be doing like 2 workouts a day every single day without a break. Whether you have goals of gaining or losing weight or just maintaining your weight, I feel like that is like a lot. But if you were to focus on like a 12-week year where you told yourself, okay, within like this 1 week of like every 12 weeks, I should do like 4 workouts a week, I feel like it would be much more attainable. That is literally my makeup routine, and I want to say 12 minutes. The important point that I forgot to add in beforehand was the whole idea of being realistic in like the new year. I remember reading a study that apparently like 60% of people give up on their New Year's resolutions by the second week. Not even by the second month, or not even by April. As in, there's gonna be 60% of us are gonna give up on our resolutions by the second week. Not us. Not around here, partner. Not around here. The reason being is that we're gonna focus on consistency, discipline, and being realistic. Like, if I were to go and tell you today, okay, I'm gonna run 50K literally in like 2 hours. First of all, I don't even know if I know anyone who can run 50K in 2 hours. Number two, I've not even done a half marathon. Number three, I'm currently not even like running right now. You see how like there are certain goals that you have to set for yourself that are realistic, but also aspirational. Like if I were to tell you, okay, I wanted to decrease my 10K time to 45 minutes. That could be realistic by the end of this year if I was working it consistently. But also, it's aspirational in the fact of like 45 minutes for me. Like I'm not like a Z runner. Hence why I think aspirational but also realistic. And as you're going into the year, people, especially with vision boards, like let's be real, I have a prayer / vision board because at the end of the day, I can make my own goals and my stuff like that. But if God's not behind it, it's not gonna work. But what I'm trying to get at is that you need to make sure you're being like realistic. And even in setting said like goals and stuff, are you setting systems to get to said goal? Like me uploading this video, me trying to learn what works in terms of getting the format and everything, that's me creating a system to get to my ultimate goal of trying to be some kind of consistent YouTuber, like, or comfort YouTuber. Like think about it. Like, what have you told yourself that you wanted to do, but like, are you setting up realistic pathways to get to what you want to do? And if not, try and think about it. I use like ChatGPT. I can insert a prompt here, but like that's the kind of thing that I use to make sure that I'm actually working towards what I need to work towards. Like, okay, so I want to become X, Y, and Z kind of person, or I want to be that kind of girl by, I don't know, like March. What can I do realistically right now to get to that point that's aspirational but challenging? If your goals are not challenging, you're gonna quit on them because it's like, I can do that like anytime. Like if I told myself that, okay, by the end of June, I want to learn how to make a cup of matcha. Babes, I can learn how to make a cup of matcha in like 2 days. Henceforth, it's really likely that I'm actually gonna give up on that goal because it's a bit too easy. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, if I make it too much of a hard goal, like, okay, by the end of March, I want to climb Kilimanjaro. Have I ever been to Tanzania? Have I applied for a visa? Have I, done the strength training to be able to climb a mountain? If not, then you're gonna find yourself like not wanting to go towards that goal because in your head you already know it's too hard, and also it's not realistic enough. Like when you are making your goals, when you are planning for the year, when you're looking and like reevaluating yourself for the year, also think about, okay, what is challenging enough that I want it and I'll feel good to strive towards it, and like, there'll be a battle there, but what is also realistic enough where it's like, okay, I can actually get like, yeah, those are my hopes, aspirations, expectations for 2025. Basically, to be consistent, to be disciplined, to stay a woman of God, and also like just continue and strive, because there's so many new things I want to do this year, but it's also about making sure I'm doing it in the best. Hello, mama. Hello. My mom is saying hi, everybody. And that's the end of my video. Bye.